All right, today we're going to talk about something called business resilience. Now, it's a bit of a fancy term, but really, it's about making sure your company can survive, well, pretty much anything. We're going to break down 5 hidden threats that could put everything you've worked so hard to build completely at risk. I want you to seriously think about this for a second. Your customer lists, all your contracts, your financial records, poof, gone. It's a nightmare scenario for any business owner, but honestly, it happens way more often than you think. And look, that's not being dramatic. When your critical data disappears, your operations can just stop. Customer trust, it evaporates, and trying to recover can feel absolutely impossible. It's a complete showstopper. You know, that's what's so terrifying about it. 1 minute, everything's fine, business as usual. The next, a key system is down and your data is just gone. There's usually no warning, no slow buildup. It's just bam, sudden, total disruption. Okay, so let's get into it. We're gonna call this first part the data danger zone, because this isn't just about some abstract tech problem. No, this is a core business risk that hits your bottom line, your reputation, and your ability to even open your doors. So what are we really talking about here? I mean, what's truly at stake? Well, lose your customer records and there goes your sales pipeline. Lose your signed contracts and your revenue is in serious jeopardy. We're talking about the absolute pillars holding your entire business up. Okay, so if you want to protect your data, you've got to know the enemy, right? You have to understand what you're actually up against. So let's break down the 5 most common ways that data loss actually happens. Knowing what to look for is the first step in building a solid defense. This list pretty much covers the whole spectrum. You've got a hardware just dying on you, simple human slip-ups, all the way to nasty cyber attacks, software glitches, and yeah, even natural disasters. Let's walk through each one so you can see exactly where your business might be vulnerable. First step, hardware failure. We've all been there, right? Your computer starts acting weird, but that random freezing and oh man, this is the classic, that loud clicking or grinding noise, those aren't just little annoyances. Those are urgent warning signs. That's the sound of your data living on borrowed time. All right, threat number 2, human error. And it happens to the best of us, for sure. You know that split second where your mouse slips and oops, there goes a critical folder. Or you overwrite hours of work in an instant. These aren't malicious acts, just simple mistakes in a busy day that can have massive, massive consequences. Now, cyber attacks. These are tricky because they're so sneaky. Take ransomware, for example. It's this nasty piece of software that gets in, locks up everything you own, and then holds it hostage for a ransom. These things often work silently in the background, and by the time you realize something is wrong, the damage is already done. And then you've got software corruption. You ever have that heart-stopping moment? You hit save on a huge project, and the whole program just crashes? Or maybe a routine update suddenly makes your most important files totally unreadable. When the code breaks, your data can break right along with it. And finally, number 5, natural disasters. For anyone in the Houston area, you know exactly what we're talking about here. Hurricanes, floods, you name it. But this applies everywhere. It could be wildfires, tornadoes, or blizzards. These events don't just threaten your building. They threaten the servers and computers inside that hold your business's entire history. Okay, so we've seen all the scary stuff. Let's talk about how to fix it. This is where we flip the script. We stop panicking after something goes wrong and start being proactive. It's all about building a resilience playbook before you ever need it. So here's the deal. A strong plan has layers. It's not just about having one backup somewhere. It's about automated backups that are stored in different places, so a fire or flood at the office doesn't wipe out everything. And see that word tested? That is so important. A disaster recovery plan you've never actually tried out is just a piece of paper. It's a wish, not a plan. But let's be real. Building and managing all of this, it can feel like a whole separate full-time job. And that's exactly why a lot of businesses decide to team up with experts. Companies like CinchOps, for example, whose entire job is to turn this complex strategy into a simple reality for you. So you're really looking at 2 different paths here. On one side, you've got the do-it-yourself approach. It can involve a lot of guesswork, and it often means you're just reacting to problems after they've already happened. On the other side, working with a dedicated partner shifts the entire game to proactive 24/7 monitoring, catching problems before they become disasters. So what does a partnership like that actually do? Well, a truly complete solution will tackle every single threat we just talked about. The proactive monitoring is there to catch those clicking hard drives. The cybersecurity is your defense against those silent attacks. And a custom recovery plan is built specifically for your business. It's a complete shield. And really, it all comes down to this. You started your company to do what you love, not to become an IT security guru. A good partner takes all those complex technical headaches off your plate so that you can get back to what you do best, growing your business and taking care of your customers. All right, so as we start to wrap this up, the message couldn't be clearer. Protecting your data isn't just about protecting files. It's about protecting the entire future of your business. And leaving that to chance, well, that's a gamble you just can't afford to take. I love this quote because it just nails it. Being prepared is what turns a potential catastrophe into, just a manageable problem. It's the difference between being down for days or even weeks and being back up and running in a few hours. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Right now, today, is your business's most valuable asset, your data, truly protected by a real, deliberate, tested plan? Or is its future simply being left to chance?